Hey guys, it's Tech with Meg here. I am going to show you how to replace a 6S screen. Normally I get the full assembly screens, but this time this screen doesn't have the full assembly, so I'm gonna have to replace the camera and the speaker from this phone and stick it on this screen. And then obviously we have to replace the home button with the original home button. So this is the kit that I got. I just ordered it off of Amazon. I'll just link one in the description below. It comes with all the tools you need, including this to help get the screen off, and this as well. I prefer my own tools. I have quite a few, and then I also have this, which I purchased at Walmart, and I will link in the description as well because it's just nice to have all of these different attachments. And then this is the 6S that we're going to replace this screen. It just has this little crack down here. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the screwdriver that you'll use in your kit. It has that. Mine is blue. They come in different colors, so it's not always going to be a blue one, but that's what the head will look like. So we're going to go ahead and just remove those. Okay, and you're going to want to make sure your phone is off. I've already turned mine off. You're going to hold this power button until power off shows up. You'll slide it and then probably wait like 10 seconds until it turns off. You just always want to make sure your phone is off when you're doing repairs on it. So the next thing we are going to do is remove the screen. I have a couple suction cups that are a little bit bigger than the one that came in this kit. And you'll just stick the suction cup right there, and then using one of these little guitar pick looking tools, you're just going to pull the screen up and at the same time try to work your tool into it as well. Okay, had to do a little bit of finagling, but I finally got it popped up enough that I could put the little guitar pick in it. So once you've done that, just remove the suction cup and just start working your way around the phone. You want to be careful because the home button is down here and then the cables are up here, but just work your way around the phone just to break that adhesive. Be careful in the corners, especially if you want to reuse your screen. Okay, so once I get it mainly, I don't really go across the top with iPhones. I just get the bottom and I get the sides lifted, and then on the 6S the only cables are at the top, so then I just lift it and that's the adhesive that you can hear, and there we go. We are in the phone now. So you need to be careful because up here are the cables and they're connected underneath this plate, so you don't want to stretch the phone farther than about this. And then down here is where the battery is, so that's the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery. So you can take the second screwdriver that came in your kit or it's just a small Phillips head screwdriver. Another thing that you can do that helps with repairs is you can stick something behind the screen to help keep it upright. The screw that I am using from this kit is the PH000. And then this is the battery cable just right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and lift that up. I like to lift it sideways like this and just place it up like that. Once we have disconnected the battery, we are good to remove this plate that holds the cables in place. So we have okay, so after we've done that, now we are going to disconnect these cables. 1, 2, 3. And then it's just still connected by the adhesive. We can go ahead and pull the screen off. And we can set this aside now. Now we need to get okay, and so there's 3 screws on that. We're gonna go ahead and pull the plate off. Here's the home button. This is where it connects to the screen. And then right here is the chip that helps the Touch ID work, so you want to be very careful with this part. They glue the home buttons down. So I'll show you my preferred method. So the first thing we need to do is we need to unattach it from the screen. So it comes up this direction, it goes like this. So I like to kind of pop it up like this. I stick it in kind of at a diagonal and I just pop it up. So I'm not putting too much pressure on either thing. And then we'll just remove that adhesive. Okay, and then this is what I do. I know everybody has again, you want to be very careful. You do not want to bend or disrupt this at all because it will make the Touch ID not work. It can damage it. It gets damaged really easily. So I start on this corner and I push down into the screen. Oh, this one was pretty easy. And I just work all the way across until I get the adhesive up. So this one was pretty easy. Some of them are really difficult and you just really want to work your way underneath it. If you're replacing the screen, I really try to damage the screen over the home button. So I push down into the screen and sometimes I'll drag it a little bit, but oh. And then you just push from the front and it has adhesive on it and just pull it out and it is ready to go into the new screen. So I'm just gonna put this on here for now. And then we are going to take off the the speaker and the front camera. Okay, so now we are going to Start off by removing the plate. 1, 2, 3 screws. We're gonna remove those. So it looks like this. Oh, you can just pull this off. Just connected like that. We have the camera. This is the speaker right here. It came up. Just to be very gentle. Just working your way. Pops up just like that. It is still connected down here, so don't rip it up yet. We need to get underneath this chip. Again, this chip is sensitive. You need to be very gentle with it. Probably want something sharp that you can press. Stuck. It's just hanging on right there. Okay, there we go. We have removed the speaker and the front camera and the sensor. So this back part came off with it, and the back part is already in there. So we're just gonna have to remove this. Okay, so I just bent this little piece back and then worked my knife in from the back to get underneath. Again, just be very careful, and there we go. Okay, so this was the part that was already connected. So this is what we're left with. Then we're just gonna take it and put it right in there where it goes. There's a little tiny black, I don't know if you can see that, right there. And you're gonna line up that hole right above that. So I'm gonna line that up right there. Okay, so this little piece flipped outward. I don't know if you can see that. So we are gonna have to flip it back together like this. And then it just goes right in that spot, right underneath that screw hole. Sorry, it's hard to show you while doing it at the same time. Okay, so we got that in right there. And then we have to put the speaker in. If you've never done any repairs before, I would definitely recommend getting the full assembly. Okay, then this is the speaker. You see that little part right there? Goes right in there. So we're gonna stick it in. It should hold down that top part that we just put in. If it'll stay, just have to finagle it a little bit till it lines up. All right, and then this is the camera. Just gonna fold the camera over. Okay, we're just gonna put the plate back on while still holding everything in place. And now we just have to put the screws back in. Do the home button. So we have the home button right here. On the 6S, you put it in this direction. Put it in right there. Press it down. Get it as straight as possible. So Sometimes you have to pull up the back plastic a little bit to help maneuver it around, but just like get it as straight as you can. Make sure that this bottom part is below this top LCD part. Then you're just going to connect it, fold it over. Be gentle when you're connecting them. They should just fit together very nicely if you have them lined up correctly. There we go. And then we are just going to put the plate back on. This black part always goes down, so this part right here goes over that connector that we just connected. We're going to grab these screws. It is 1, 2, 3. So I like to do this long one first on the side. Make sure you've got them in. Then I'm going to plug the battery in. And this is where I test the phone to make sure that I did everything correctly. Okay, I just tested the phone. I test the front and back camera. I test the Touch ID. I go into settings, down to Touch ID passcode, enter my passcode, and then add a fingerprint, and then I just hold my finger over it, make sure it works. And then I always Then we're gonna lay it down. There's some little ridges up here on the screen. So then we're just gonna slide it in. Did you see how I did that? We just take those little ridges, we slide them up in there, we clamp down all the way to the bottom. There we go. And then we are going to screw in the bottom screws. Turn it back on. So that is how you do it. Now you have a new screen on your iPhone 6S. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, share it with your family, friends, anybody who has a cracked iPhone screen and wants to give it a shot at replacing it themselves. I also have other videos up for different phones. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.